back again to some Dawn of War Soulstorm Mayhem. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 on the map Tainted Soul, so it's a map you don't see very often at all. In fact, I think this is the first time I've ever played on it, actually. In either case, yeah, we've got the right team, sorry, not the right team, the top team versus the bottom team. Bottom team consists of Alchemant playing as the Imperial Guard. We've got Infamous Saint playing as the Specimens, going with a couple of extra Scout Marine squads at the beginning. Myself, Flightman 2009, going as the Chaos Space Marines, so I must have gone random, and that's what I happened to get. And we've got my ally, Noob, I'm Your Father, playing as the Imperial Guard. Interesting name indeed. So yeah, everybody going for a relatively standard capping strategy. Indeed, and as you can see, yeah, the map is pretty open actually. It does have a few bits of negative and heavy cover, so there is that to consider, I suppose. But yeah, it is mostly open apart from these little side bits here that are separated by these little canyons and all that. But anyway, we've got a heavy bolter turret, a very quick heavy bolter turret by Alchemant actually, just to help secure that sector. I think it'll also secure this strategic point as well. Actually, we've got a heavy bolter turret by Noob, I'm Your Father as well, so turret rushing by both Imperial Guard players. Who to think, eh? And I'm pretty sure these heavy bolter turrets cannot attack each other, but they can stop the strategic point from being captured by either player. So we've got a nice little no man's land set up there. The heavy bolter turret by Alchemant is not constructed just yet. Seeing what's happening on the left there, I'm actually going to be harassing with some quick Chaos Raptors, so managing to delay capturing for Infamous Saint just a little bit, and yeah, just trying to go around to see if there's anything else that I can attack. Unfortunately, they weren't capturing this point, which sucks, but well, what can you do? Definitely going to be going on the offensive early on, to say the least. The heavy bolter turret's still going up for Alchemant, and unfortunately, yeah, Noob is not going to be able to stop it from going up. Pretty sure, yeah, the heavy bolter turrets cannot attack each other. Maybe they can if they're upgraded with missiles. Not really too sure, to be honest. In either case, yeah, nice little no man's land indeed. We've got a nice little heavy cover for Imperial Guard to camp at as well. That helps support the heavy bolter turrets, so not bad. It's almost like a little World War I scenario there. Scenario here, on the other hand, is most certainly a little bit more dynamic. Definitely trying to go for the enemy's throat there with my Chaos Raptors. Unfortunately, though, they're not exactly the cheapest of troops either, so I am delaying their capping at the very least. Actually, I'm very much delaying their capping. It's quite amazing, actually. But I've also lost a few troops as well. I think overall, though, I'm slightly ahead. Just having a look at what else I'm doing. Going for a second plasma generator, defended by the listing post. Not going for an early tier 2 just yet. In fact, I don't really have anything when it comes to standard troops. And bizarre enough, we actually do have Infamous Saints coming in to attack with his Scout Marines, and because there's just so many of them, my Raptor is actually going to get overwhelmed, which kind of sucks, but well, what can you do? I do have some listing posts to retreat to, well, not that one unfortunately, but yeah, I mean I do have a few to retreat to, but I'm still going to try to put up this listing post. I'm not really sure if my Raptors will be able to hold the line for that long. Although they actually are lasting a while though. Probably could be sending in some of my cultists as well, but I think I'm just using them for capturing. I'm not really too sure what the hell this squad's doing. We'll just see what's going on elsewhere on the battlefield. Oh, what do you know, this actually counts as negative cover all around the relic. Huh, who to think. So yeah, definitely a bit of a close game indeed. It looks like the, okay, we're getting Noob actually doing the heavy bolter turret crawl, it seems. Just trying to box in his opponent as much as possible. Not really sure how effective that is. Listing post of mine has actually been constructed. I'm not sure what happened to my builders. They're actually both alive, barely though, so not bad. By myself, they're managing to get that up, and I will actually be able to upgrade the listing post as well. The Scout Marines thankfully don't do much damage against buildings. Infamous also is going to be going with his own heavy bolters, turrets. So yeah, static defenses all around. Not bad. As for this listing post, well, damn it, I think my Chaos Raptors are completely dead actually. Going to be sending in a Chaos Lord instead. Not really sure if it was actually worth upgrading the listing post, although if I can stop this attack from happening, from destroying the listing post, then it might actually be worthwhile, but yeah, I think I'm going to be abandoning it maybe... Nope, I'm actually sending in my Chaos Lord too late though. Very much too late, and yeah. Well, at the very least I'm going up to the Space Marines, but yeah, Scout Marines will be able to whittle down its health, and down it goes, so ouch. A bit of a loss to myself there, but oh, what can you do? I think well, I'm pretty sure I still managed to capture more than Infamous has. On the other hand, Noob could be, well, actually is capturing a bit himself. Unfortunately, we both could be capturing his rear points a bit more quickly. Our opponent's definitely doing a better job in that regard, capturing their rear points. So, sucks, what can you do? Got another listing post going to be built up, and yeah, now with the Chaos Space Marines coming in, Chaos Lord going to town on the Space Marine forces, pretty much on his lonesome. Not seeing any micro buying from the Saints there. I dare say, yeah, we should be able to force them back, especially our second squad coming in, so definitely going to be keeping me in tier 1 a bit longer, but there we go. Finally going for tier 2, Infamous still at tier 1, Akabent, or whatever his name is, still at tier 1. Noob is actually going to tier 2, so definitely, yeah, things are definitely looking pretty good for us. Will we be able to push our advantage though, that's the question. And it's going to be a bit tricky to answer. We actually do have a counter-attack by Alchemant. God, just gotta love that name. Yeah, counter-attack by him taking out one of the heavy bolter turrets that was around here. The second one actually being upgraded with missiles, and actually taking out the other heavy bolter turret there as well. So, Noob focusing more on tech, but at the same time having trouble beating back the forces of Alchemant. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out for both teams. We do actually have a heavy weapons squad coming in from Noob, though not really sure what he's doing. Is he actually going to capture the strategic point with him? No, he's not. Okay. Okay, he wanted to set up right there. Actually, he might be in range of this listing post. Just needs to be able to get sight of it, and I think he should be able to actually go for it. Yeah, I think he just needs to get sight of it, which he doesn't have at the moment. Actually, he can go up to this listing post. A very good position, actually, and he's going for a very quick las cannon as well. I'm not really sure, well, if that's the best thing to do, but really Alchemant is going to be going to tier 2 himself now, but he does have significant numbers of troops out on the field, so we'll see what happens. As for myself, we do have cultists upgraded with Unholy Sight, and a whole bunch of Space Marines who are actually boxed in, actually, so I'm not really sure why exactly I let them get boxed in like this. This is definitely going to be, well, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble if I can't beat back this attack, but I do actually have the listing post providing a bit of crossfire. My cultists going into, what the hell are they doing? They're going into melee combat against what appears to be the Force Commander and his squad, but not actually forcing them. There we go, finally they're forcing them into melee. That was very strange indeed. Unfortunately, we do have heavy bolter turret and listing post also providing a bit of fire support against my guys, which kind of sucks, but I dare say I should be able to take out my opponent's squad, or squads, with relative ease actually, so there you go. What the hell are they? Oh, okay, those are Loyalist Space Marines. They look a bit similar to my guys actually. So there we go, my guys are going to remain where they are. Probably should get a vehicle plant up. No, going for a sacrificial circle actually instead of vehicle plant, interesting. So unfortunately my guys will be taking a bit of flak from the enemy. Yeah, they will take a bit of flak from the enemy as they retreat. But still overall doing a hell of a lot more damage to my opponents there, so not too shabby. Not really sure if I should have gone with sacrificial circle rather than vehicles for tier 2, but we'll see how that works out. As for Noob, I'm Your Father, is going for yet more heavy bolter turrets. Bizarrely enough, heavy weapons team has not actually been upgraded with the auto cannon or the las cannon just yet, so interesting. So that works out, especially with these hellhounds providing a bit of anti-building and anti-infantry firepower. We actually do have heavy weapons team going after the hellhound, but actually they will whittle it down, especially all the other things aiming at them, so definitely a nice little strong position here for Alchemant. Probably should be seeing some form of artillery from my ally to try to root them out, but in any case, yeah, we're going to be seeing some vehicles from Alchemant, so he's actually going to go for quick sentinels. And there's no anti-vehicle. Actually, we do have one missile turret for Noob, but apart from that, no other anti-vehicle. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. No other anti-vehicle infantry or vehicles being built by Noob. Actually, so yeah, no vehicle infantry in terms of the heavy weapons team being upgraded with the las cannon. He's actually going to be upgrading them, but not much point really. They're going to die if they remain in their current position against this enemy heavy weapons team. So we'll see how things work out actually. At the same time I'm going for the what the hell's going on there? Anyway, I'm actually going to be capturing this relic point, and I think I might actually be forced into a bit of a confrontation against Alchemant's troops. Actually, we'll see how that works out. Actually, my Space Marine's going to town on their Loyalists in either case, and we do have a very quick squad of Khorne Berserkers. Probably should be seeing a Sorcerer if he's not out already. Yep, there he is. Probably going to get attached to the Khorne Berserkers. And there we go. Overall, I dare say I've got things in the bag when it comes to the middle and the left, but my ally on the right, his troops have been completely destroyed. Well, except for this squad here, so he is definitely very much destroyed when it comes to troops, and he doesn't have any anti-vehicle. Well, I can't stress that enough. He doesn't have any anti-vehicle infantry or vehicles at all to tackle these sentinels. And, well, apart from this building, but really, they could rush that if they really wanted to. God, that las cannon fire is kind of getting annoying, actually. Oh, I actually got two squads of... Actually, no, never mind. I've only got one squad of Khorne Berserkers. What are two squads there? But nope, it's just one big happy family of a squad, indeed. So there we go, firmly capturing the middle at the very least. But a very solid setup by Alchemant, actually. What I could be doing actually instead is I could be going after Infamous Saint. He does have a whole bunch of heavy bolter turrets set up. Actually, he's probably got the maximum amount of heavy bolter turrets set up, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but I do have heavy bolters of my own, which I think... Actually, no, they don't outrange these heavy bolter turrets. Damn it to hell. God, what a pain in the ass that's going to be. Oh well. Can you do? Going for more plasma generators in either case. Wow, what can he do indeed? Actually got plenty of these plasma generators. I'm surprised I don't have a vehicle plant out. Very strange indeed. And we do have an attack happening by Alchemant. I think, given how long this game is, I think I'll just put it in its own video, really. Not much point combining it with the other video, given how long this one is going to be. But it's definitely quite a bit of action happening there. I was in the process of attacking the left most likely, but yeah, instead of going up to the right. Making a bit of a mistake in leaving a whole squad of infantry and a commander behind, though. I really should have sent everything that I could out, but well, what can you do? What can you do indeed? I suppose that must be my catchphrase. So yeah, these guys, yeah, I'm not sure why I'm just sending them back, but yeah, in any case I'm going to be sending all my infantry back towards the left, leaving my ally kind of open to his counterpart in the southeastern portion of the map. At the very least, I'm going for tier 3 myself, so probably going for elite troops instead of vehicles. Yep, appears to be the case. Interesting. Tier 3 from Noob, and Alchemant I think is still at tier 2 himself, but he does have pretty massive amounts of troops out on the field, though he hasn't managed to do any significant amounts of infrastructure damage. But that could change actually once he overcomes his heavy bolter turret and starts destroying plasma generators and other things as well. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, all of my guys are in negative cover. I should be sending them to this bit of heavy cover actually. But there we go. At the very least, all my troops are actually, being sent over to help out at the very least. Although these sentinels still will be a bit of a pain in the ass. Good job actually by Noob capturing the listing post, their strategic point, and putting a listing post on top. It'll probably get destroyed. But with the counter-attack by myself, well actually we're going to be running into loads and loads of enemy fire here. Multiple heavy bolter turrets, listing posts, even got a heavy weapons team upgraded. Well, actually not upgraded, just to the heavy bolters firing at me as well. So probably won't be able to do too much about that just just now. In fact, lost quite a few troops in that exchange actually, but I did manage to, well, somewhat stall the advance of Alchemant, but he does actually still have quite a few troops on the field and a very solid base to retreat to as well, so he's going to be, slowly but surely advancing forward. And in the meantime, Infamous Saint has rebuilt as well. Not really sure where the helmets of the troops from my ally are. He's got barely anything on the field, so not really sure what the hell he's been doing the entire time. He's actually going to be going for a very quick tier 4 actually. Who's got the relic? I've got the relic actually, so I'm not really sure. If I was him, I wouldn't go to tier 4. I mean, it'll only allow him to build Limonros battle tanks, and that's it. And in my opinion, that would probably not really be worth it. He should actually be doing what Alchemant's doing. He should be building a few more basilisks and such to get a bit more longer ranged firepower rather than going for Limonrosses, but whatever, we'll see how that works out for him. But definitely a very bad maneuver by Noob, I believe, going for tier 4 like that. He doesn't have the relic even. But I do actually. I think I'm pretty sure at tier 3 now. Probably not at tier 4 just yet. But getting infiltration for Chaos Space Marines, so that'll definitely come in handy. But yeah, my ally definitely is taking up way too heavily though. If he didn't take up, instead focused more so on what do you know? More so on actual troops, I reckon he would have. Well, he could have helped me out a hell of a lot more. But in any case, because this Chaos Marine is going to be going to town on the Imperial Guard, well, trying to anyway. Okay, there we go. Still in range of some weapons, unfortunately, but God, it's such a pain in the ass of the position I've set up. Actually, I'm trying to do however much damage I can, but my troops are slowly but surely getting whittled down. I'm actually surprised that Infamous Saint isn't trying to help out the attack on the right or try to counter-attack on the left. Good use of the Barber's ability there. I believe my ally just used it as well, but he literally did not hit anything. He missed the Sentinel, he even missed the Heavy Bolter turret as well. Both of them are at full health. Well, Sentinel slightly less so, but still pretty piss poor orbital bombardment ability. But well, what can he do, eh? So he's at tier 4 now, he's actually going to be going for Limonrosses. It's, in my opinion, a waste of money. But well, we'll see how things work out. I do have 2 Demon Pits for some reason, and a Machine Pit coming down, so okay, I'm not really sure why I did that. Hopefully I'll be getting the Bloodthirst route at some point. I don't know, but in any case, yeah, we're going to have a nice counter-attack finally by Infamous Saint. For some reason he doesn't have any heavy weapons upgrade on his troops though, which certainly not going to go in his favour. I think we even had the frag grenades being used there, or it might have just been the grenade launches by my cultists. It's kind of hard to tell. In any case, definitely an all-out brawl for control of the middle and the right. Unfortunately, it looks like the right is slowly but surely falling to the enemy, and our infantry is getting whittled down quite a bit, despite the fact that Infamous Saint basically attacked with unupgraded infantry. Yeah, the support by his ally Alchemant basically sealing the deal against my troops. And, yeah, it's going to be very tricky to try to break what they have here. Very strong positions set up here in this heavy cover, to say the least. And at the same time, they managed to probe towards the right and what do you know, and capture more resources for themselves. Indeed. Yeah, we'll see what happens. My I actually got Horror Squad's actually going to be jumping in to actually harass a bit. Interesting way of doing it. Okay, I think the strategic point allows me to see into the base of Infamous, and that's why I was able to drop in the Horror Squad there. Interesting way of doing it. Still not seeing any relic units just yet. I do have Machine Pit though, Mechanized Command being built up by Noob to produce vehicles faster presumably, but it's not producing any vehicles. There we go, finally we're going to be producing Basilisks. In my opinion, the Limonros battle tanks, well, wait a minute, was there something else? Okay, never mind. Anyway, I suppose the Limonros battle tanks, they are pretty solid tanks. In my opinion, it's still not really worth it. Actually, should really be upgrading that to autocannons as well. Although, well, I suppose if he supports each Limonros with Tech Priest Engine Seers, or rather each Limonros is getting attacked by indeed, by Tech Priest Engine Seers, then I suppose, and as long as he keeps the Limonros battle tanks alive, it might actually be worth it. But no, he just sacrificed a tank pretty much for nothing, really. For no particular reason. He doesn't have any artillery, really. This sort of, you see all this stuff here? A couple of Earthshaker rounds will do wonders against this sort of entrenched position. If Noob got just a couple of Basilisks out instead, which I believe he's actually, no, never mind, he's not getting Basilisks out. Okay, he's going for Marine Bombers. If he just got a couple of Basilisks out, he could have wiped out, or at least significantly damaged, the defensive position that Alchemets set up here. But no, unfortunately decided to go for a bit more of a direct fire option, and really he should have learned from what happened before in trying to assault this very much impregnable position. He should have learned that direct fire is not is not what we needed at this point in the game, really. But oh well, I've got Defilers coming in instead, and yeah, they're just going to get torn to shreds by the Lemunros battle tanks. And look at that, we've got Tech Priest being sent in by Alchemants instead to help heal up the Lemunros battle tanks. My Horrors will not be able to do too much. It's basically going to be a very desperate battle. Me versus 2 players essentially. My ally again finds himself with not much. Actually, never mind. He actually does have some forces out, but two battle tanks is not going to cut it. I suppose heavy weapons team is better than nothing, but still, he really needed to get out Basilisks instead of going to tier 4 and getting out the Lemunros battle tanks, in my opinion. But oh well, what can you do? Still an interesting game to say the least, and I cannot get at tier 4 myself actually, so that's why I don't have the relic units out. Kind of sucks if I'm going for vehicles myself. I probably could get a couple more, ouch, could get a couple of Defilers myself actually to provide some artillery supports. But really, the Imperial Guard, they're the ones who really have great artillery in terms of the Basilisks. And their Earthshaker round, I mean, it's not a free round, not a very cheap round either, but it's really against the entrenched forces that we had here. Well, now they're moving on, as you can see. Actually, even against the entrenched forces that we got here, just a couple of rounds we'll be able to do loads of damage. In fact, one round placed right here, one Earthshaker round right there, will probably take out all 3 heavy weapons teams, because they don't have much health, as you can see. Another round here maybe to take out the Guardsman squad, another round here to do significant amounts of damage to these Lemunros battle tanks. And really, those Basilisks really could have turned things around for us if he went for them. I mean, granted, I did definitely try to do a bit of damage myself. Indeed, do something. Yeah, well, I'm trying. God knows I'm fucking trying. What am I actually doing anyway? Ah, okay, yes, I am actually trying to do some damage against the Ogrins, but wow, look at the range of these things. Yeah, actually I'm doing some damage against the Ogrins, but the Fanaticism ability negating much of that damage. I probably should be trying to do a counterattack on Infamous Saint's base instead, but in any case, my cloaked unit's actually coming in handy here. Infamous Saint doesn't have any detection at all. Not bad. Well, Infamous Saint, yeah, definitely commenting on that, but commenting on it is one thing, it needs to get some freaking detection, to say the least. Actually, I am getting a Helltown out to do some infrastructure damage as well, so trying to do everything I can from my end. I could have gone with some Defilers and gone for more. Oh, actually, I should have gone for a bigger pop cap as well. Actually, okay, definitely was screwing up badly myself, that admit, but still, yeah, I should have probably left my Defilers on range stance and just let them act as artillery, although really a noob should have been using his own fucking artillery rather than fucking Marauder bombers. I mean, really, Marauder bombers, they have to literally fly over their fucking targets to actually drop their bombs. They have to fly over it, which basically means they're attacking at point blank range. God. And really, I mean, up against an entrenched position, God, I don't know why he went to Marauder bombers. Oh, well, still, it was an interesting game. As you can see, we did manage to do a bit of damage, especially at the beginning stages of the game. Unfortunately, we were not able to follow that up with the proper tactics that I discussed earlier on. And yeah, basically put noob going way too much on direct fire troops and vehicles, no basilisks at all. And our opponents basically, well, especially Alchemist, he basically set up a very strong fire base, and yeah, he attacked from the safety of that fire base, retreating towards when things got too hot for him, and yeah, we basically kept on trying to penetrate his little strong point that he'd set up. Well, earlier it was here actually, and yeah, unfortunately just were not able to do that. We needed our own freaking artillery. We needed to use those Earthshaker rounds to destroy his static troops and vehicles, but no, unfortunately we just don't have that at all. Something for my ally noob to consider next time, hopefully. And we've even got a Baneblade as well from Alchemat, so yeah, okay, because Heretics been captured by them, so... Marauder Bomber is definitely not the answer though. Noob, what the hell was he thinking? Finally he's got the Basilisk 2 pots being built up, but way too late. I mean, Basilisks with a couple of Earthshaker rounds would have done much more damage than the Modernist battle tanks would have. Noob, for some reason, he really seemed to have gotten himself stuck on those tanks for some reason. I mean, granted, they are pretty powerful, but up against a very powerful defensive position set up in heavy cover as well, with proper anti-vehicle infantry and vehicles, it's you can't do those Monroe's battle tanks basically can't do anything against that, really. And he didn't even send any units to repair them either. So yeah, what can you do? Still an interesting game to watch, a bit of a learning experience for myself. Hopefully Noob also learns from it a bit as well. Yeah, definitely he went way too heavy on the Lamunra's battle tanks, and yeah, countered very readily by Alchemint. Definitely seems to be a bit more of a, there we go, that's what I'm talking about, a bit more of an experienced Imperial Guard player. I believe that was the Earthshaker rounds being used right there. So you're taking out 2 heavy weapons teams in one single fell swoop, and they're not cheap, and their upgrade is not the cheapest either, so... unfortunately this guy, well this weapons team still managed to survive though. But still, that was a pretty nice little shot actually. If it was just a little bit more to the right, I probably could have taken out these 2 squads here and the 3rd squad as well. But yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. That's what Noob should have gone with to begin with, instead of bloody the Wondrous battle tanks. So we talk about hammering the point home there. But well. What can the opponents here just going to be so destroying us, and we don't really have anything to stop them really. In terms of offensive troops, Scout Space Marines getting detected by the scan ability, they're going to get taken out pretty quickly. And yeah, we're just going to be seeing a slow but steady push by Alchemint and his, indeed, and his allies. So yeah, definitely a well played game by all. Yeah, definitely a few mistakes we made here and there. Noob definitely should have gone with the Basilisks much earlier. But he did at least eventually learn that he was meant to do that, because he did actually learn to use the... there you go, he did eventually learn to use the Earthshaker rounds to do significant amounts of damage against bunched up and static infantry. Well, still GG indeed. Looks like I must have quit at this point, and yeah, the game was pretty much over anyway, so... They have it. Pretty big battles all around, and yeah, not such a bad little map actually. It's kind of ridiculously open, to say the least. Not really too much in terms of terrain features, apart from the heavy cover interspersed with the negative cover. Yeah, it does make things a bit more interesting, I suppose. It kind of does favour positional play more so, and Alchemant definitely seemed to understand that, keeping his forces in heavy cover as much as possible, and using the longest ranged weaponry that he could as well to be able to strike out from the heavy cover as well. So yeah, great good job by him actually. So there you go. Enough of that. Good game to our opponents, and I'll see you all next time.